Hi guys, it's Jennifer with One Crafty Sister. Welcome to Monday Night Live. How are you guys today? I'm going to give you guys just a minute for the video to populate in the feed, and let's talk about what's happening for the holidays in your neck of the woods while I share this to my group. Are you ready for Christmas? I am not. But what's new? I tend to maybe not always be ready early or anything like that. Some years, other years, not so much. Um, so tell me about if you're ready for Christmas. It's only, what is today's date? Today's date is the 14th, right? We have 11 days. I don't even know how it's already 11 days till Christmas. Hi, Debbie and Karen. Karen, you're not ready? Oh, I'm so glad I'm not the only one. I'm so glad. Because, anyway, it's okay. Because we will all get done, right? We will all get done. I am, let's see. Hi, Kat. We will all get done. And this is like a Christmas unlike any other. But you know, one thing I'm doing that's really fun, I'm doing it at work and with some members of my team, is we're doing a Secret Santa this year. And at work, we did a 5-day process for Secret Santa. So it's kind of fun. So we brought a gift today, and we bring a little gift Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then on Friday, we have our reveal gift. So I'm having fun making something really special. I can't make anything or put the Jennifer touch on my packages or my gifts until Friday, because if I do, the person is going to know right off that it's me, because I am the paper crafter at work. And so if they see anything that has anything made with paper or handmade like that, they're going to know it's me. So that has been a challenge, to come up with my little presents and then gift wrap it or package it in a way that doesn't have my Stampin' Up! Spin on it. So, yeah, that's been a challenge. But for the reveal gift, I'm going all out. It's going to be Stampin' Up-ified, and I'm excited for that part of it. So, hello, Nancy. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. And anyone else that hasn't said hi, make sure you always say hi and give me a little thumbs up or a heart. It makes me feel so much better. Did I buy a card? Debbie said. Oh, no, I didn't buy a card. I did use some gift bags, so, but no, I did not buy a card. I'll just go without before I'll buy a card off the shelf, okay? So, but today, the project that I'm going to bring for you to share with you today is, if you need to be a little elf and drop a package off on maybe someone's doorstep because you can't spend the holidays with them, or someone that you just want to thank for, gosh, I'm getting noises on my video software. So I don't know if you guys can hear a little tink tink, these little noises. Really quick before we start, I have to tell you a little story about technology, because I like technology, and for the most part, I'm pretty good at it. And sometimes it really irritates me when I can't get something to work right, and like I want to run around the house and scream. So on Saturday, I was getting ready to stamp for a group of demonstrators. We were having a stamp along in a private Facebook group for demonstrators only. And I decided Saturday morning, my MacBook Pro said I had an update. So I said, okay, let me go ahead and get that done while I'm working on other things around the house. I didn't have to stamp until 1 o'clock, so you start an update around 9 o'clock in the morning. There's plenty of time, right, to get that all done. So it went through the update and everything, and it logged me out of my software that I use for filming video. And I could not get in. Every username and password, I tried to reset my password. It said it didn't recognize my email. I only have 3 emails that I've had for a bazillion years. 2 of them are my business emails, so I've only had those since my business. It took me until today for them to acknowledge that they had something it's that they had something wrong on their end. So I was so thankful because I was so frustrated, but I didn't get it figured out. I didn't get their answer until about 15 minutes ago. So I'm glad that we got it done. Anyway, enough about that and all this jibber jabber. Let's talk about what I'm going to make tonight. All right, so you might need to drop a gift off to someone or a thank you. You might need to bring something to someone after Christmas, maybe into the new year. Um, and so you might have something that's in a bottle of some type, okay? Now, this happens to be a bottle of wine. It might be that you have a bottle of bubble bath for someone because they have had one heck of a year and they need some Calgon to take them away. So it could be a bottle of anything. It could be a bottle of a tasty olive oil. I would love to get a bottle of fancy infused olive oil. Write that note down. So it can be any kind of bottle of anything. But bottles, they have those bottle bags. I don't always like those. So I like to be able to show what it is, but then maybe put some kind of tag on my bottle. So I'm going to show you guys tonight how to make yeah, Sue, Calgon. You can think of a few teachers who could use Calgon. I don't know if it's in a bottle. I don't think it is. But any kind of bubble bath that could soothe a teacher, they all deserve it. Any of our frontline workers, they need to be able to take a break. I know the teachers are looking forward to a break. So it could be any kind of bottle, and I'm going to show you guys how to make a tag for that bottle. So I'm going to flip you guys down to the table here to show you the stamp set we're going to use. We're going to use this stamp set, Cherish the Season, because it's got a perfect sentiment and it has a to from label on it, or to from stamp. Has these cute bells, jingle bells. We're not going to use the stamp jingle bells, but we're going to use the rest of these, but it has coordinating dies. So look at these pretty jingle bells. I already cut them out of some of our brushed metallic cardstock. Okay, so we're going to use a couple of these and then some little pine boughs that come in the coordinating die set and some cardstock and some ribbon. Okay, so let me show you what I have here first. I have a piece of basic black cardstock because I thought, oh, black would be really pretty, classy. It would be a good option as well for like a New Year's Eve bottle of champagne. So this is 3 by 8.5 inches. So 3 inches by 8.5, and it is scored at 3 inches. And then I took one of my stitch shapes and cut out the center here, which is what creates the piece that goes over the neck of the bottle, like that, so it can hang on your bottle. Okay, so you can use other things. It can be smaller, it can be big, it's totally what you have. We used to have a 1 1/4 inch punch that would be perfect for this. This is a little bit bigger than that, but it still works well. So that's 3 by 8.5 scored at 3. And then I have a piece of very vanilla cardstock that is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And that's cut so that it can perfectly layer right there in that piece of our wine bottle tag. Okay, so I haven't pre-planned, I have an idea and some pieces and parts of how it's going to go together. But I haven't I don't have a pre-made sample because, sometimes I like to just go through the process with you guys of how I decide on how something's going to go together. I want to show you, I'm going to cut out a couple more of these pine boughs just to have a little collection here, so I have a variety of what I want. And I'm going to show you something new that's going to be available to customers on January 4th. This is our new mini stamp and cut and emboss. I'm going to call it the Mini Boss. I've been struggling with the name of the big one, and I'm going to call it the Big Boss, and this is going to be the Mini Boss. But it is the cutest little mini die cut machine. Look at this. It looks just like its big sister, but it's cute and petite. It's portable, it's super light, and you can cut a bunch of tinier dies out of it. Anything that is, I think this is 3 inches wide, 3.5 inches wide, it looks like, about. So I just thought I would use it. This is going to be, like I said, available to customers on January 4th in the new mini catalog. It's actually been in our catalog, but it's had a delayed release just to some production delays. So you may have already seen it in the catalog, but now you get to see it in action. So it is super cute. You can pack it up in your bag. It's just really fun to take to like a day crop or retreat, or if you're packing up things to work on your lunch break at work. I do that kind of thing. So yeah, it's super duper fun and precious, super precious, adorable. So it works the same way as the Big Boss. So I have made my sandwich. It has a base plate that's a little small baby base plate, and I've got 2 of these acrylic pads. Now, one of the new things they've done in the new machines is they've numbered the plates. So it tells you here on the pictures that number 1 goes on the bottom, and then you've got 2 of the number 2s. One goes down first, your paper and die goes on top of it, and then your other one goes right on top. And then we're going to push this through just like we would the regular big cut and emboss. And we have these 2 precious little die cuts. Look how easy that was. So you can also use our mini embossing folders. So the ones that are these 3.5 inch wide ones, you can put those through here. So lots of fun to be had with this little thing, don't you think? I think so. So if you're a demonstrator, you need to order yours now, because that's a perk of being a demonstrator, is early ordering. So order it so you can have it. And if you're not a demonstrator, you can either become one and get it, or you can order it on January 4th. So as a, you can add this to your starter kit package. So anyway, so I wanted to show you guys just how cute that is. And when you're all done, you just close it up like that, and it goes right over to the side, out of the way. So now we have our pieces out here, and we need to do some stamping on here. So I am not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet. I think that what I'm going to do is I am going to put these boogers up top. I have a vision, so I just have to think how I want this. I think I'm going to put the 2 from on the bottom. Okay. So I am going to actually heat emboss our sentiment. So I need to kind of have an idea of where I'm going to put that. So I think that looks like a good height. Okay. That should work. All right, so I haven't heat embossed in a while, and I don't think I've heat embossed on video for you guys in some time. So it is the technique that totally sold me on card making back in the early 90s, because I was like holy moly, that's just like what's on a card at the Hallmark store. And so it really just, I totally loved it. So we are going to heat emboss our words on here. So let me just take and stick, I'm just going to use one of my Post-its here that I had to just kind of mark. There we go. I don't want to go any higher than that. Let me make it straight. It'll be a good reference point to make sure that I don't stamp higher than I want to. Okay, so when you heat emboss, I'm about to use something that's retired. I don't know why it was retired, but this is our Stampin', I can't even remember what it's called. It's a buddy, embossing buddy. And basically it's like a little talcum pack. So you can use any kind of little, you can create your own with a sock and some talcum. This thing will last me for a million years, so I am not so sad for myself that I can't buy another one because I have it and it will last forever. But I'm sorry for my customers who can't buy it. But you can create one on your own, or they are available on the market out there by other manufacturers and retail stores and stuff. But what this does is it helps remove any of the static cling off of your paper, and also helps keep fingerprints off of your paper so that the embossing powder doesn't collect where the oils from your fingers are left on the paper. So once you do the embossing buddy, you don't want to touch your paper, but we're going to go ahead and stamp and emboss. So I was going to show you real quick just how I keep my embossing powder, and I'm actually low, so I need to refill. So this is just a food leftover container. I think it comes in like a pack of 3, maybe. I got it at the Dollar Tree, so you get like 3 for $1. And then I have these little tiny spoons that I also got at the Dollar Tree in a pack of like maybe 12 for $1, and they are perfect. They fit right in there. I need to refill my gold, so I will go ahead and do that before we start. And I like keeping it this way because it just makes it easy for when I am working on my projects to have a place to kind of keep all of my powder. Now usually I keep this for a little while just in case. I don't know why, but I do. So what we're going to do now is stamp our sentiments in gold on here. And this is Versamark. This is our ink that we use. It's a clear ink, and we use it for any time that we are heat embossing. So you won't really be able to see it much, but when we emboss with the embossing powder, you will be able to see it then. Hopefully the stamp is straight. I'm taking a risk here, doing 2 stamps and I can't see. I hope it's okay. And then the 2 from down here in the bottom. Okay, so I stamped all 3, and now what I'm going to do is bring my little spoon, scoop some of my embossing powder up, and give it nice good coverage, and tap it off to get the excess off. If you see that some places aren't super covered, you can add some more. Let's take this off. I have a little bit of powder just up here, so I always keep a paintbrush around, a soft paintbrush, so that I can just take and get any loose pieces of embossing powder away that I don't want. You have to be careful that you don't go over. This is kind of a big brush to use for this, but I'm going to try to be really careful. Okay. All right, so now we are going to heat emboss it with the heat gun. So I'm going to turn the heat gun on and I'm going to let it warm up just a little. It'll be noisy just for a second. And then I'm going to slowly, I'll bring it up close so you can see the magic happen. You'll start to see that the embossing will start getting shiny in just a second. Oh, the magic is starting. You can also do it from underneath. That's probably really noisy for you. All right. But there we have, look how shiny and pretty that is. Ooh la la, it's so shiny. I love heat embossing. I haven't done it in a while. I don't know why, but I'm glad that I did tonight with you guys. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is after you let it dry just for a minute, it looks like I need to shoot one little spot. Let's see here. Okay. One little section that wasn't quite all the way processed, but you guys see how pretty that is? Lovely. Okay. So once you let it cool for just a second, you're going to want to go ahead and add it to your card base or your tag base. Just turn it over and give it a nice press. Sometimes when I'm stamping and I use white or vanilla paper, I don't want to put my fingers on it because even though I haven't inked up anything, I'm like, I'm going to get ink all over it. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is I do want to kind of make these guys a little dimensional, but I do need to stamp. I forgot. I'm going to stamp on here this pine bough. So I'm going to use some green ink, and I'm thinking that I will use, what color green should I use? I'm going to go with Shaded Spruce because I think it's a classy color green that'll look great with this. And I just want a little bit, I'm going to actually stamp off to have just a little, go the other direction here. Okay, I just wanted a little bit of stamping underneath. And we are going to layer it with some of these little guys. I'm not sure which direction I'm going to go yet though, but I'm going to kind of tuck those in when we're done so I can see exactly where I want them. So the first thing I'm going to do is I really just want to add this guy as the first bell on here. Now, as you can see, these little leaves are all die cut and they can come out. So you could do different things. You could cut this out in a foil paper and then put regular cardstock in there, cut it out again in regular cardstock and color in those little pieces to make the little holly leaves green and the little holly berries red. I wanted to keep it like that. So I'm just going to take and kind of stick some dimensionals over that to kind of keep them in their place. There we go. And I'm going to put this one down. Right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this little one, because I actually want it raised on top of this. Have you guys played with these jingle bells? Have you used them on any of your projects? Oh, before I do that, there are some little, there's a die cut in here that cuts the little belly for these. Okay, so I actually already cut them out ahead of time. And this, what I did for these is I actually put our adhesive strip on it so that I could kind of turn it into a sticker. So I cut it, and you can see here I put some of the adhesive, let's see if you can see it. See how you can see a couple strips there? I put some of the adhesive sheet on there, and then I ran the die through, and that makes each one of these things a little sticker so that you don't have to be too, you don't have to make a mess when, especially when you're using foil on foil, it can get really messy. So this way it creates a perfect little sticker, and then you have that nice little 3D attachment. So I also did that for the smaller bell. So I'll add that on top once I get this here. Let's see. I think this is, no, that's the small one. I have a pile of these over here. See all my little pieces? That's too small. That's too small. That's too small. Ah, it's hiding underneath the edge of my turnabout over here. Okay, so here's my little piece. Oh no, that's the wrong color. They went flying. I had like a whole pile of them. Where did the right one go? I always lose something on my desk. I literally, oh, there it is. See, I didn't really lose it. I didn't really lose it. It's right there. So again, this has that little sticker on the back. So I'm going to peel that off, and it's going to be ready to stick right in place. That adhesive sheet is awesome for any of our little detailed dies. Look how cute that is. So cute. Okay, so now we are going to take some glue dots and tuck these little guys in. Now sometimes when you attach little things like this to glue dots, you can go to rip them off and it'll actually peel the paper apart. So have your either your snips or your take your pick tool, something that you can kind of grab them off with so that you don't rip them off. Let's see, I'm just going to stick a bunch on here. Sometimes when I do lots of little die cuts that are going to go on glue dots, I'll take and line them all up here. It's really fun when you have lots that you're doing. Okay. Oh, these could be like some fun little deer antlers, I think. Okay. the last couple ones of these in here, just adding some little layers. You could totally do these in different colors of green. I just chose the shaded spruce because I really like it. All right, there we go. What else does it need? It needs some kind of little ribbon or twine here. I'm thinking that it really just needs like some gold twine. So this is the Forever Greenery. We're going to actually use the ribbon combo. We're going to use both of them. So these two come in a bundle with these two together. So it has this gorgeous gold twine. And then my favorite, this gauzy stuff is just absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to show you how we're going to use that as well. So I'm going to take and thread some of this through the holes of the jingle bells. Let's see if I can do that. Probably would have been easier to do it before they were on the card, Jennifer, but that's okay. This is your kind of tag, Karen? A fancy one? All right. Goodness, I need a needle threader is what I need. And I know I have one here somewhere. So note to you when you do this, don't do what I just did. Tie this before it goes in there. Okay, here we go. I got it. All right, so we are going to tie a little double bow just to have something on the top of this, because I just couldn't leave those there not connected to anything, you know? They needed to be connected. Tweezers, yes, I do have those here. So I'm not giving it a lot of long hangy parts. No long tails on this one. But just a good little bow. Man, that took me longer than my usual bows. Okay. So now we have that pretty tag. I've got two different colors of that brushed metallic cardstock, so they really kind of bounce off of each other and contrast off of each other, and that gold twine up there. You've got layers of stamping and die cutting, and you've got your pretty heat embossing, okay? So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your bottle of whatever bottle of anything you want. You're going to put this over, but we're going to do one last thing. We're going to finish it off by adding a really pretty bow with this gauzy stuff because I love it. You just want to keep it kind of low where the wherever your tag kind of hangs on the neck of your bottle of wine. That's kind of where you want it. All right. So it might not be super tight, and that's okay, because what this is going to do is just keep your tag from sliding off the top. Just trim off those ends. I think I need to clean my scissors. All right, so here you have your Merry Christmas. So it says, Merry Christmas, may you cherish the wonder of the season now and throughout the year. And so you have your pretty wine bottle tag that you can leave on someone's porch or give to someone if you know, if you have a work event and you can give someone a bottle of wine, or if you have a teacher that needs that bottle of Calgon or some kind of something. Another thing you could do is add some little red gems right here to kind of play up. Let me see what we have over here. I know I have, let's stick my little embellishment organizer here. We have some red rhinestones, but we also, I have some of these wonderful gems, which I think will go really pretty on there. They might be too big. They're going to be too big. Let me get something smaller. Please wait. So those are too big. We need, I think I'm out of my red holiday rhinestones. My regular little tiny red rhinestones. These, I think we can use these from the holiday. Let's put some of these on there. I just think that will look pretty. And I think they're the right size for this. I'll show you, since I already have it on the bottle. It's kind of tricky. I'm a bumbling fool tonight. For some reason, guys, things are falling out of my hands. My tools feel like I never used them before. Do you ever have moments like that where you're just, things that felt like supernatural and normal all of a sudden feel like, oh, I've never used my tweezers to pick up rhinestones before. And I've never got them to stick on my paper. Literally, what is going on here? All right. There we go. So I like that little addition of the bling there. So there you go. That is a little fancy wine bottle tag, or, you know, spirits tag. Hot, you could, anything that's in a bottle. So it doesn't matter what it is, but it's going to be a lot prettier than one of those little bags that you get at the store, and it's special because it's made by you. Made by you. So here's another, just so you guys can see how sparkly and shiny it is. I love how that turned out. Now I have to decide who's gonna get it. Who's gonna get this pretty wine tag? So make lots of wine tags or bottle tags, or shoot, you can put that on the top of a gallon of eggnog. Like, how cute would that be if you had a bottle of eggnog and you put that on there? If you had a gallon of eggnog and then a bottle of something that is, you know, might spice up your eggnog just a little bit, you could put that on the spice it up bottle and pair it with the half gallon or a gallon of eggnog. That would be a fun little elf treat to leave on someone's front step, huh? That would be really cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed that project tonight, and I would love to see what you are making. So head on over to our VIPeeps group. That is my customer, very important people's group. So if you are my customer and you're over there, I would love for you to share the holiday projects that you're working on in our group so that we can get excited about the holiday things that are to come. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. I think next week I'm going to be done with Christmas, and we're going to be shifting to all these fun new things that are coming in the January to June mini catalog. So it's lovely. Celebration starts in January. The new mini catalog starts in January. But before then, if you're looking for stamping between now and the end of the month, tomorrow is the last day to sign up for my December card club. And we will be using the Lots to celebrate, stamp set, and I don't want to show you the projects because I don't want to ruin the surprise. So they are super fun cards. You're going to make 8 cards, 2 of 4 designs. You're going to get almost $25 in product for the class that you can either come to my studio here for a socially distanced stamping experience. You can register for Stamp and Go, and I'll have a separate time set up where you can come stamp where there aren't people around if that's what you're more comfortable with. And then I also offer it completely to go. You just need to have the stamp set and your own inks, and the rest of the stuff is provided for you. It comes in a bundle with this, well, actually, I lied. This jar punch comes in a bundle with another stamp set. This coordinates. So the jar punch is in the annual catalog and it coordinates with this. So we'll also be using this. So I will include the link here for my club, and I would love to have you guys join me on the club. When you stay for 6 months, then you get a $25 shopping spree. Ah! Other than that, there is no obligation to stay. You just get rewarded if you do. So you should come stamp with me. Hope you guys have a great evening and get all of your Christmas stuff done this week, and I look forward to seeing you guys next Monday with something new and fun. Have a great night. Bye.